Welcome to the Character Catalog, your go-to guide for discovering the heroes, villains, and unforgettables from animation, comics, and video games. We probably won't cover any of the big names. You already know who they are. And there are already hundreds of channels dedicated to these characters. We're gonna focus on the lesser-known people. Characters that you may not know very well, or may not know at all. As I was saying, we're going to deliver these mini biographies to you in small bite-sized pieces. This episode will run a little bit long due to this introduction. However, this won't be the case with future episodes. Without further delay, let's get going on our very first entry into the character catalog. Today, we're unearthing a true diamond in the rough. The surprisingly sympathetic, always struggling, and occasionally shelled brawler of the Marvel Universe, Antonio Rodriguez, better known as the Armadillo. Antonio Rodriguez's story starts in the vibrant heart of San Antonio, Texas. He was just a regular guy until fate and desperate love threw him a curveball. His wife, Benita, was battling a terminal illness, and Antonio, like any good partner, would walk through fire for her. Instead, he walked into the clinic of the morally flexible Dr. Carl Malice. Malice promised a cure, but the cost was Antonio himself, transformed by a bizarre genetic experiment. His DNA spliced with, you guessed it, an actual armadillo. He emerged as a towering, scaly, orange-skinned powerhouse. The Armadillo's universe is the vast, interconnected Marvel Comics, Earth 616. He made his debut back in Captain America number 308 in August 1985. He was brought to life by Mark Gruenwald and Paul Neary. His powers are pretty straightforward but incredibly effective. He's got superhuman strength, enough to lift a small truck without breaking a sweat. His thick, scaly hide makes him almost impervious to bullets and most attacks. And naturally, he can roll up into a ball, turning himself into a devastating, armored wrecking ball. Plus, his pre-transformation street fighting skills mean he's no slouch in a brawl. Now for some notable achievements, or maybe notable attempts at a normal life. Early on, his criminal acts were purely to fund Benita's cure. Unfortunately, once she was healed, she just couldn't cope with Antonio's new appearance. Can you imagine saving someone's life, only for them to ghost you because you look like a giant orange armadillo?
Did you really animate an entire anime girl sequence just to introduce me? Let me get down here in my box. Okay. Before you move on, there is something I wanted to point out. It was something that confused me when we were researching Mr. Armadillo. His wife seems to have different names depending on where you look. The comics refer to her as Benita. The official website says her name is Maria. Wikipedia says that her first name is Maria and her middle name is Benita. I find it a bit odd that there are so many inconsistencies.
It really isn't that strange. I noticed that some say Benita was his wife, while others say she was his girlfriend. The Marvel Universe is filled with inconsistencies. Just wait until we get to parallel universes. You may want to book that JetBlue holiday if we ever get to cover the multiverse.
No, don't you dare.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Anyway, I just wanted to point this out in case anyone wants to do further reading after our show.
Thank you, Chrissy. Now back to our case file. As for his last known whereabouts, Antonio's life remains as chaotic as ever. He spent time in various maximum security prisons designed for superpowered individuals. He was last seen fleeing from powerful, near-indestructible synthetic androids and more recently, got tangled up with other animal-themed characters gathered by the notorious Vulture. It seems for the Armadillo, finding a quiet retirement is just not in the cards. So, after all that, what do you think? Is the Armadillo a hero, a villain, or just a guy trying to make ends meet in a world filled with gods and monsters? He's been driven by love, turned to crime out of desperation, but consistently shows a good heart underneath all that armor. Can a villain truly be a good guy transformed by circumstance, or is he destined to be forever caught between two worlds? Let us know your thoughts on Antonio Rodriguez, the Armadillo, in the comments below. We love hearing your takes on these fascinating characters. And if you enjoyed adding this hidden gem to your character catalog, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exciting entry.